The Treasure of Sânnicolau Mare, or Treasure of Nagyszentmiklós, is an important hoard of 23 early medieval gold vessels, in total weighing 9.945 kilograms, found in 1799 near the town of Sânnicolau Mare in northern Banat. After the excavation, the treasure was transferred to Vienna, the capital of the empire. Ever since, it has been in the possession of the Kunsthistorisches Museum there, where it is on permanent display. A wide range of views continue to be held as to the dating and the origins of the styles of the pieces, and the context in which they were made, which may well vary between the pieces. Unusually, the inscriptions on some pieces have increased the complexity of the arguments rather than reduced them. Recently, Romanian officials have asked the Austrian government for the treasure's repatriation. Description: the treasure, consisting of 23 gold vessels and variously dated from the 6th to the 10th century, was found on 3 July 1799 by Radufan, a Serb farmer, in the vicinity of Sânnicolau Mare, Groß-Sankt-Niklaus, Nagyszentmiklós. The figure of the victorious prince, dragging a prisoner along by his hair, and the mythological scene at the back of the golden jar, as well as the design of other ornamental objects, show close affinities with finds at Novi Pazar, Bulgaria, and at Sarkel, Russia. Stylistically, Central Asian, Persian, Sassanid and Byzantine influences are predominant. Inscriptions: on one of the vessels in the hoard, there is an inscription written in the Greek alphabet which reads: Beta Omicron Upsilon Eta Lambda Alpha, Zeta Omicron Alpha Pi Alpha Nu, Tau Epsilon Sigma Eta, Delta Upsilon Gamma Epsilon Tau Omicron Iota Gamma Eta, Beta Omicron Upsilon Tau Alpha Omicron Upsilon Lambda, Zeta Omega Alpha Pi Alpha Nu, Tau Alpha Gamma Rho Omicron Gamma Eta, Eta Tau Zeta Iota Gamma Eta, Tau Alpha Iota Sigma Eta. The language of the inscription is not clearly known. While there is no consensus as to the meaning of the inscription, several translations have been suggested, and there is general agreement that Bila and Butal are Turkic names or titles, and that they are associated with the title of Zupan. There is another inscription in the Greek language and several other very short inscriptions in a runiform script which are also likely to be in a Turkic language, but these are very brief and also have not been deciphered. Cultural context: the cultural milieu or milieu in which the objects in the treasure were created, assembled and deposited remains controversial, with the debate often influenced by nationalistic concerns. Avar scholars have connected the treasure with the Avar Khaganate. The newest researches show it is closely related to the Avar culture. Romanian: according to interpretation of Romanian researcher Paul Lazar Tontulescu, this inscription was written by local people, and objects were the property of a local ruler. Last owner of treasure was Artem, the Duke of today Banat territory. His capital was at Morosina, very close to Sânnicolau Mare. When Artem lost his last battle against Hungarian invaders, his family buried the treasure. Tontulescu translated the text. Jupan Bila has all rights. Jupan Butal has the right of entering in all towns. Jupan is also used in the Romanian language Slavic according to interpretation of the inscription on one of the vessels. This inscription was written by a people whose local leaders had Turkic names and bore Slavic titles, Hungarian and Bulgar as noted above. Close affinities have been recognized between the Sânnicolau Mare material and that found at Novi Pazar and in Khazaria. Archaeologists in both Hungary and Bulgaria consider these affinities to support theories of ancient migration between regions. Both were allied with Khazars for a period. The treasure gives some idea of the art of the First Bulgarian Empire, Hungarian and Khazar states. According to Professor Nikola Mavrodinov, the script on vessel number 21 is in Bulgar, written in Greek letters, surrounding a cross, and reads: Boiler Zoarpin made this vessel. Butal Zoarpin intended it for drinking. Khazar. One school of Hungarian archaeologists maintains that the 10th century gold and silversmiths working in Hungary were Khazar. When the Magyars migrated to Pannonia in 896, some Khazar tribes, known as the Carvers, came with them to their new homes. The Carvers were skilled gold and silversmiths. Persian Khazar art is believed to be modeled on Persian Sassanid art patterns. The Soviet archaeologist O.H. Badar emphasized the role of the Khazars in the spread of Persian-style silverware towards the north. Some of these works may have been re-exported by the Khazars as middlemen, others were imitations made in Khazar workshops, ruins of which have been found near the ancient Khazar fortress of Sarkel. The Swedish archaeologist T.J. Ein mentions ornamental plates, clasps and buckles of Sassanid and Byzantine inspiration, manufactured in Khazaria or territories under their influence, being found as far afield as Sweden. Thus, the Khazars, Magyars and Bulgars could have been intermediaries in spreading Persian Sassanid art in Eastern Europe. Central Asian. Several elements of the Treasure of Sânnicolau Mare have Central Asian counterparts. One is the scene of the divine Garuda bird lifting up a human body. This motif can be found all over Central Asia, India and Siberia. The motif of an animal drinking from the cup also occurs throughout Eurasia from China, through Siberia, to Hungary. The image of the nautilus shell in the set may relate to India, where the animal is native to the Indian Ocean. This relation goes back to the Hephthalites, the White Huns who ruled during the 4th and 5th centuries in Gujarat, Rajasthan. However, this scene might also be about the Persian story of Zal and legendary bird of Samogh. Zal was the father of the greatest Persian, Iranian hero Rostam and the child of a famous hero called Sam Nariman. He was rejected by his father because he was albino and the Samogh saved him and raised him.